wanted to be
talented members of the equestrian team from the Mary Holman George School of Equine Studies. The past 5 years, these young women have graced the 500 Festival Parade. They've represented their college and its unique program of academic study. Of course, Mary Holman George is the daughter of Indianapolis Motor Speedway owner Tony Holman and the mother of the track president, Tony George, and she's an accomplished horsewoman herself.
Met the both last night at the ball. Had a good time. All right, now we have the Niles West High School Band from Skokie, Illinois, under the direction of William Cook. Marching band has entertained crowds from Boston to Phoenix, from Canada to Florida over the last few years, as well as performing for many special events in the Chicago area. One of the most interesting facts about the Niles West High Band is the ethnic diversity of its students. Listen to this. A survey of students at the school revealed there are 87 national languages spoken by these high school kids.
A mini UN.
Wow, and how. But in any language, they're a talented group, and it's a pleasure to welcome them to Indianapolis for their debut in the Delco Electronics 500 Festival Parade. Let's listen.
And from the beautiful Indianapolis campus of Butler University, here's the Butler University president, Jeff Bannister, and his wife, Margaret. Behind President Bannister, we welcome the debut of the new Butler University Bulldog Balloon. There's so many universities and colleges in Indiana.
And how. And I love the straw hat on the prez there. Looked very dapper, didn't he?
All decked out for the month of May. Traditional colors.
The Bulldog.
This mascot took more than 350 hours to construct. He's made of thousands of yards of fabric, 180 yards of thread. And it takes about 15, 16 students to tether him, to get him to heel, so to speak.
Oh my gosh, he's a giant.
He is a giant.
Look at the size of this guy.
I don't think he'll bite, though.
No, but he looks like he could devour this whole street.
They have a very good basketball team, Butler University.
And he could play center anytime. There's one guy that could handle Shaq O'Neal.
I think you're right.
Tough Bulldog. And just ahead of the Kroger float, here's another of the beautiful Dodge Vipers. And riding in it is Alex, the Kroger meat cutter. Become quite a popular character. Hi, Alex. Isn't this a nice change from standing on your feet all day? Relax and enjoy the ride, Alex. It's all yours. And all those cheers from your fans. Yeah, this year's the Kroger Company's float salutes the Humane Society of Indianapolis with this charming float called Faithful Friends. This float features a 9-foot animated dog and several life-size cats. The Humane Society fosters respect and responsibility in the care and feeding of animals and offers obedience classes and identification tags for your pets. Riding on the float today is Dr. Esperanza Zendejas, the popular superintendent of Indianapolis's public schools.
And the kids from IPS 46, I volunteer at that school. It's
really,
a great school, 98% attendance rate.
School.
And if you're a fan of the hit TV show ER, who isn't, you're sure to recognize Jerry, played by the talented young actor Abe Ben-Ruby. What you might not know is that Abe is an Indianapolis native, and his father is the legendary radio personality Adam Smasher. So welcome home, Abe.
All right, we'll be right back with more Parade in just a moment from Indianapolis.
Today, we put more computing power in a car than we put in the Apollo spacecraft that went 238,000 miles to the moon. So now, your car may travel that far, but hopefully not in one trip.
Are we there yet?
The engine control module, another little black box from Delco Electronics.
Respect is something that is earned in life, not given. How do you earn respect? First, treat people with dignity and care. Learn to appreciate your family, traditions, value other people's opinions, and give your best to everything you do. At home, school, work, respect people's opinions and beliefs. If you respect yourself and each other, you can make a big difference in our world.
On the next Dukes of Hazzard, Bo and Luke try to help an old friend break the moonshining habit, only to run into trouble with a misunderstanding parole officer. That's the Dukes of Hazzard, Monday at 4 on TNN.
It came from the hills and back roads, a sound of generations that found a home on this humble stage and was heard to the ends of the earth. That stage has grown to become Opryland, USA, where country fans come to the cradle for the music, the stars, the shows, and discover that's only the beginning. Call now to find out more about an Opryland USA passport package. We'll send you a complete vacation planning guide, absolutely free, just for the asking. So pick up the phone, 1-800-882-3914, or call your travel professional. Opryland USA, America's country vacation destination.
Welcome back to the 40th Indianapolis 500 Festival Parade, sponsored by Delco Electronics. Here is the Pride of the Green, the Vincennes Lincoln High School Band from Vincennes, Indiana. And you're watching them as they march down the streets. We haven't seen this band in Indianapolis for more than 20 years, so it's a pleasure to welcome them back after much too long an absence.
There's another one of those Indiana names.
Yes,
Vincennes.
Vincennes.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing the 7 flags of Vincennes in a little bit. The city has so much history. 7 flags have flown over the city. Indian, Spanish, flags from France, Great Britain, Northwest Territory, flown by George Rogers Clark. 135 marching band members today. And they're going to be celebrating in the Gator Bowl in Florida. Very incredible success for this very good, very large band.
Nice uniforms, too.
Very snappy.
Green and
A lot
white.
of precision.
Here's a beautiful mother-daughter team. Our next guest today, senior member Connie Stevens, accompanied by 2 of her lovely daughters, one of whom you're sure to recognize. There's Connie right there. She looked good last night.
She's lovely.
And there's Jolie Fisher from the popular television sitcom Ellen. A terrific young lady. We had her on our show recently, and a lot of fun. But Connie still remains that glamorous figure.
She's so vibrant and
Great
vital.
smile.
She's a lovely woman.
Yep.
She's enjoying the crowd, and the crowd's obviously enjoying her as well. Now we take a look at where friendship begins. You know, Fast Friends is the theme for this year's parade. This is a float provided by Sugar Busters Diabetes Centers and the American Diabetes Association. And the children that you're seeing waving at you, our kids will be attending the American Diabetes Association Camp John Warble. They're going to make friends and develop friendships that are going to last a lifetime, and they'll learn techniques to help manage their disease, diabetes. So we see a float that reminds us of looking back at our own summer camp days and
how
living all those friendships we made.
Just one more time, I want to go back to camp. Just one more time.
Want those s'mores and those campfires, huh?
And how?
And those mosquito bites.
It's all ahead of them this summer. Here's another band making its debut today, the Apache Marching Band from Wabash High School in Wabash, Indiana. Another Indiana name. 76 musicians in this exciting unit, dressed in their cadet style and corps style orange, black, and white uniforms. Today, as the band passes, they're playing Robert Smith's Proclamation. The Apache Marching Band from Wabash, Indiana. And some local television celebrities, friends of yours, Diane, riding this way. On the next float, friends you can count on from WTHR Television. This is WTHR's first year of the 500 Festival Parade. They're paying tribute to the next big sporting event of the year, the 1996 Summer Olympics. Riding the flora and colors of Atlanta, Georgia, the architecture of ancient Greece are members of the local Eyewitness News team of John Stair, Ann Reiter, Bob Gregory, Dave Calabro, Jack Martin, and Jill Detmeyer. This team is preparing to bring local viewers all the excitement and pageantry of the Summer Olympics beginning in July on WTHR Channel 13 here in Indianapolis.
And in the 60s and 70s, this woman could make you laugh just by standing still. She still has that gift. Boy, does she love the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruth Buzzy. How are you, Ruth? Star of TV's fabulous Laugh In.
What a great character.
And here's the Brady Bunch, one of the boys from the Brady Bunch, Barry Williams himself. They're riding, he was Greg Brady. Yep. They're riding in the Dodge Vipers, the street version of the 1996 Indianapolis 500 pace car, 450 horsepower.
Wow. And the Richmond Red Devil Marching Band making their first appearance since in the 500 Festival Parade of 1970. That was their first appearance. They're back with us now as part of the 6 500 Festival Parades. 152 members. It's a big one. The Marching Red Devils and Devilettes under the direction of Stephen Varnell. It's a well-traveled band. Along with the 6 500 parades, they played in the Tournament of Roses Parade, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York. They performed in the National Peach Bowl Festival in Atlanta. Look absolutely great in their red and white uniforms. Playing Ease On Down the Road.
I love their sound, Regis.
Yeah. I think every kid in Indiana plays a musical instrument.
And they're passing by the Indiana World War Memorial to those who died during World War II and World War I. And another of the inflatables the crowd loves so much, the giant bird with a distinctive laugh, the one and only Woody Woodpecker. CPI and Dodge have teamed up this year to pay tribute to honor roll students from 4th through 9th grade in high schools with their Winner's Circle Honor Roll program. And in the program, honor roll students are given a photo and a certificate that honors them. So you see some of those winning students. Over 45,000 photos and certificates have been awarded to these outstanding students and scholars.
I think Woody's the biggest float of them all, isn't he?
I think
My
he is.
gosh.
He's quiet, though.
Yeah, he is. And another character, Lenny the Caveman. He's the official mascot of Thrifty Car Rental. Thrifty Car Rental is the official rental car of the Indy festivals and the 500 Festival Parade. You know, no one knows for sure how old Kenny is. Lenny is. What's your guess? But it's rumored that a passing pterodactyl dropped old Lenny off at what has become the international airport here in Indianapolis just a few years too early. Lenny.
And from NBD Bank, here is Calder's Art, a circus of creativity, and it's presented in honor of the world famous and the world's largest children's museum, which is here in Indianapolis. It won the Judges Trophy. Each year since the 500 Festival Parade has begun, NBD has contributed a float to this procession. This year, it is a float to honor a giant creativity museum and sponsored by the museum's new exhibit, Calder's Art, a circus of creativity. There are 100 pieces of Calder art in this exhibit, and many that have never been displayed before. So you'll see lots of whimsical characters and that express creativity and freedom of art.
Kids are going to have a ball going down there and seeing that.
Yes, it's a great place. My kids love it. And of course, Calder just epitomizes all that imagination run wild.
And how.
A ball spins on this float, the brush moves, the gears spin, the crane moves up and down.
All right, there's no sound on earth like the music of a giant steam calliope. And Indianapolis is home to a fine old one. This is the Indiana University, Purdue University at Indianapolis Calliope. You can see that the people are putting their clappers up there and making a lot of noise. The interactive thing continues. All right, there's the Calliope under full steam, and we will continue with more from the Delco 500 Indianapolis Parade in just a moment as we continue from Indiana.
This tells drivers to start. This tells drivers to be cautious. This tells them they're being passed. This tells them to pull into the pits. This tells them to stop. This tells them it's the final lap. This tells the driver, the crew, and the engine almost everything else. So they can see this. Sensors, engine control modules, and telemetry by Delco Electronics, also providing technology to the general public.
Bryant dealer to the rescue and get Bryant's quiet 2-speed plus air conditioner. Its lower speed can lower cooling bills up to 60%. Call Bryant to the rescue. 1-800-HOT-SAVE.
Most days, this is where you'll find Dodge engineers, turning ideas into trucks that break rules, minivans that set standards, and cars that change everything. But while working in here makes them great engineers, it's playing out here that makes them Dodge engineers. The new Dodge. The electronic control for ABS waits all its working life for moments like this. Anti-lock brake control, another little black box from Delco Electronics.
The 1997 Indy 200 at Walt Disney World. For auto racing fans, this is the ultimate fairy tale come true. The breathtaking spectacle of Indy racing just a short straightaway from Cinderella's castle in the Magic Kingdom. Stay at one of Disney's magical resort hotels with free transportation to and from the race. Imagine being in the heart of Disney's 8 theme and water parks where you can have it all. January 25th, 1997. The Indy 200 at Walt Disney World. For your ticket order form, call 1-800-822-INDY.
The Delco Electronics 500 Festival Parade is brought to you by the new Dodge, the official cars and trucks of the 80th running of the Indianapolis 500, including Dodge Viper, the official pace car. And by Briggs & Stratton. Make sure all your outdoor power equipment has a Briggs & Stratton engine. And by your friends at Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Call Bryant to the rescue for your home comfort needs.
We hope you're enjoying a great way to watch the Delco Electronics 500 Festival Parade. And you're listening to the 146 members of the Goshen High School Crimson Marching Band from Goshen, Indiana. This talented troupe is making its 500 Festival Parade debut today. And the Crimson Band has a special message for you. The tune they're playing as they march through the streets of downtown, If My Friends Could See Me Now. And they're watching you, Crimson, at home. I'm sure they're mighty proud, and we are too.
I always think of you-know-who dancing on a cruise ship when I hear this. She's everywhere. I can't escape. One day off I want. I can't. She is everywhere. And here come the Colts, yes, and there's Marshall Falk, the great running back of the Indianapolis Colts. Damon Waite should be around there. And, hey, Damon, looking good. This is a very good team and improving every year.
They
Jason
just keep
Belzer.
getting better every year.
Yeah, and how? I think next year they're going to be right in the thick of it all.
Jason Belzer. They're just a few weeks away from summer training.
That's right.
So they got to enjoy while they can.
Hard to believe it's beginning already. The Indianapolis Colts. The crowd loves them.
The crowd loves them. We're big football fans in this city. This is Jeff Harrod. He's going to wave a little bit.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Way to go.
Jeff looking strong this year. And there are the cheerleaders. Indianapolis Colts cheerleaders.
They must have been doing something right this past season. The Colts had a terrific season. They're planning on another one this fall. They are pros at dancing and choreography.
Boy, they sure look good, don't they? Got a lot of moves.
And right behind the Colts and their professional cheerleading squad, an authentic replica of an official NFL football, extra large size.
Look, it's coming right at us. I'm going to grab it. Hit me with it, baby.
Oh, can you take it? You handle that one, huh?
Yeah, cheerleaders look good. It looks like that football is floating right above everybody, doesn't it? It's scary.
A Hail Mary.
And now.
And Ameritech, one of the world's largest communications companies, provides this float entitled Fast Friends on the Information Superhighway. And listen what a special float this is. More and more people, of course, becoming computer literate, interacting with each other on the internet, surfing the World Wide Web. So you can become fast friends as well. As this float goes by, people can actually call up the float, and it'll be up for the rest of the day.
Wow.
You can use the internet address on the side of the float.
Which is?
www.fastfriends.com.
I love those addresses. www. You know, I cannot master the computer, but I admire everybody who can.
And, of course, it's a kid at the computer.
Sure. Oh,
My kids are better at it than I am as well.
Absolutely. Kids are phenomenal with this.
There you see.
This is the future.
It is cute. So it's as high-tech as you can get.
So give them a call. www.fasttimes.com. That's easy.
So you can connect and become fast friends with people all over the world.
I love it. The Winchester Community High School Band sounds like Luke Skywalker would have been this band. It's called The Force from Winchester, Indiana. Under the direction of Douglas Fletcher, this 90-person band making their third appearance in the parade. Heritage of achievement attached to this band. For 20 of the past 24 years, they've been a finalist in the state band competition, which is very, very tough. And when you listen to them, you can understand why. Today they're treating us to Zippity Doo-Dah. Michael Wright uniform, The Force.
And then here's one of Hollywood's rising young TV stars. Our pleasure to welcome him to Indianapolis. Jonathan Philbin, star of The Single Guy on NBC Thursdays.
Terrific young guy, really a nice kid.
Yes. Yeah. Looks pretty good in that Viper.
Yeah, not bad. I think anybody look good in the Viper.
Yeah, you won't be lonely for
Viper?
long. Won't be a single guy for long in that Viper.
So.
So welcome to Indianapolis, Jonathan.
Copyright, proud to bring a unique new entry to the 500 parade. Check out this camera van. In conjunction with the Brickyard 400 race this August in Indianapolis, Copyright will present the Rollin' Review, a parade of rolling art featuring art cars. As a preview of this exciting event, Cameravan is making its debut appearance here in Indianapolis. Remarkable, drivable, road-worthy van created by Harrod Blank, who is driving his own creation.
So they're taking pictures of us, taking pictures of them.
It's covered by more than 2,000 cameras. Can you believe it? Everybody say cheese. All right, we'll be right back with more of the Delco Parade in a moment.
Today, we put more computing power in a car than we put in the Apollo spacecraft that went 238,000 miles to the moon. So now, your car may travel that far, but hopefully not in one trip.
Are we there yet?
The engine control module, another little black box from Delco Electronics.
Call a Bryant dealer to the rescue and get Bryant's quiet 2-speed plus air conditioner. Its lower speed can lower cooling bills up to 60%. Call Bryant to the rescue. 1-800-HOT-SAVE.
There was a time when you didn't need help with telecommunications. But things aren't so simple now, which is why choosing GTE makes sense. Because you know you can always count on GTE for help.
Won't you please help me, help me, help me.
GTE, amazing.
Our world today was conceived in the minds of men and women and set into motion by human hands. From strength and force to delicate precision, nothing matches the sophistication and output of the hand, wrist, elbow, and shoulder. As pioneers in all conditions of the upper extremity, the Indiana Hand Center physicians have developed surgical and rehabilitation techniques and equipment used throughout the world. Our goal, to efficiently and cost-effectively return the patient to an active life. The Indiana Hand Center.
Last year, the Monster Mile chewed up and sped out 20 cars in one great big NASCAR-sized fight. Then, after numerous lead changes, one unlikely hero emerged from the pack. Holding off the hard charge of Bobby Labonte and Ted Musgrave, Kyle Petty took the win, quenching a 2-year thirst for victory lane. From Dover Downs International Speedway, it's the NASCAR Winston Cup Miller Genuine Draft 500. Sunday, June 2nd, 12 noon, 11 Central on TNN Motorsports.
40th parade here for the Indianapolis 500 Festival.
And what a day for a parade. Sun shining. It was just very ugly this morning, but boy, it's cleared up beautifully. We're having a wonderful time here. Hope you are too. Regis, Philbin, Diane, Willis, having a great time here in Indianapolis.
A lot of sunshine, a lot of great floats, including this one, Fast Friends. This year's parade theme reminds us of one of the places where we can meet lifelong friends at college. And Vincennes University reminds us that while these friends may be scattered all over the world, we still are connected to them with a very special bond. The globe on this float represents a whole world of friends and a world of opportunity.
Well, I just experienced that friendship at college. My daughter graduated from Notre Dame last weekend.
Yes.
We said goodbye to all our friends. I never saw such hugging, kissing, crying. Oh, it was really something. But that's very, very true. You make the best friends of a lifetime at college.
Vincennes, of course, the oldest college in Indiana, just 4 years away from celebrating their 200th birthday.
Well, that is a long time, isn't it? University's Mann campus is located in southwestern Indiana, but they have a unique program in Indianapolis, too. The Aviation Technology Center. Faculty, staff, and students of the Aviation Technology Center designed and created that float.
Talking about the ultimate in aviation, this year we're excited to welcome a new balloon to the 500 Festival Parade, a bigger-than-life replica of an astronaut, sponsored by Continental Airlines. This balloon developed in cooperation with NASA. It is the first time they've ever cooperated on a venture of this type. The end result, of course, as you can see, has been fantastic. Of course, Purdue is one of the top feeder schools for astronauts in the country. A helium-filled high flyer. A lot of people holding the tethers very carefully. 55 feet tall.
Boy, these floats keep getting bigger and bigger. Very impressive to see that making his way down Pennsylvania Avenue.
Continental Airlines sharing this first of its kind to create a NASA astronaut. Flying over the city, towering over us. Oh yeah, and his fingers move too.
How about that? I wonder how that happened. Here's the Macomb High School Band, the Marching Bomber Band from Macomb High School in Macomb, Illinois. 130 members of the Bomber Band. I understand they're pretty excited for making their first ever appearance in this Indianapolis 500 Festival Parade. Macomb, Illinois is the home of Western Illinois University. Really a terrific rural community, some of the nation's best agricultural country. And for the Bombers and their families and friends watching them, there's a lot to be proud of. We welcome them to our parade. Marching Bomber Band from Macomb, Illinois.
We know that the carrot works better than the stick, and slow and steady wins the race. The next float from Bank 1 takes a whimsical look at those ideas, as well as the 500 Festival Parade theme, Fast Friends. The tortoise and the hare. 28-foot tall hare and a 13-foot tortoise, plus a bunch of 6.5-foot carrots. They're wearing their running gear from the Bank 1 Rookie Run. That's a children's running and walking event held as part of one of the many 500 Festival activities here during the month of May in Indianapolis. It drew 1,000 little kids, ages 13 and under, and every boy and girl winner. And that's why you'll see the number 1 on all of their fronts on their T-shirts.
Everybody's a winner, huh? I like that kind of a contest.
Everybody's a winner. We're all winners, Regis.
The second time they've used the tortoise and the hare at one of these displays.
Well, it fits with the race theme.
Kids love it. All right, our next guest, a genuine war hero, Captain Scott O'Grady. And it's an honor for all of us to welcome Scott to Indianapolis. He's the special guest today at the Indianapolis Star and the Indianapolis News. We'll listen to his story with that happy ending. Behind the Lines in Bosnia. He told his story in a fascinating book called Return with Honor. Look at them all waving their flags here to Scott. Congratulate Scott on his heroism. He's the kind of man you make you proud to be an American. Another terrific guy we have on our show, and not in uniform today, but a very impressive young guy. That he made a man of it.
And the crowd is standing now for a human flag. They're showing their stars and stripes. A walking American flag. American United Life Insurance Company is celebrating the patriotic spirit in a big way and a unique way. It's 30-foot by 70-foot long American flag. An enormous symbol of American freedom is AUL's way of thanking those who served in the Korean War and in the Vietnam War.
And you can see how they are able to carry that without it dropping to the street. They're right there in the red stripes, part of the flag.
Yes.
Of course, everybody waving their flags back at them, part of the interaction here.
Flag, 52 representatives of AUL, and they include Vietnam and Korean veterans, members of the Boy Scout troop sponsored by AUL, and students from Broad Ripple High School, which is the insurance company's partner in education school. Yesterday, the company participated in a very moving dedication of 2 memorials for those who died and served in Korea and Vietnam, Hoosiers who died and served in those 2 wars.
I think it's a great idea when a company adopts a school and puts their resources into that school.
It is part of the spirit of America.
Sure.
It truly is.
And here they are all the way from Newport News, Virginia, the Menchville High School Marching Monarch Band, under the direction of David Anson. 122 talented musicians in this well-traveled band. We played at Walt Disney World, at the Boston Marathon, Niagara Falls. First place winner in the National Crab Festival Parade and the Williamsburg Christmas Parade. And this is their very first appearance with us. Great to have them here. The Menchville High School Band from Newport News, Virginia, playing Back to the Future. Let's listen.
March Supermarkets has served customers in the Midwest with a smile. This float is sure to share that smile with everyone all over the world. It has won the Float Committee Trophy. And there you see Fielding Mouse and his sister Marcia going on to victory. And on this float, there's Fielding Mouse. Crystal Gale is happy to be back home in Indiana. She's an Indiana native. She's here for this very special day.
Is she really an Indiana native?
Yes, she is. Country singer-star, Crystal
Don't
Gale.
make her brown eyes blue, huh? What
And
a
she
parade
joins the
this is.
president of Marsh Supermarkets, Don Marsh, as well.
Yeah, great floats, great people. Really enjoying it here on this sunny day here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We'll continue with more of our Delco Electronics 500 Festival Parade in a moment.
This tells drivers to start. This tells drivers to be cautious. This tells them they're being passed. This tells them to pull into the pits. This tells them to stop. This tells them it's the final lap. This tells the driver, the crew, and the engine almost everything else. So they can see this. Sensors, engine control modules, and telemetry by Delco Electronics, also providing technology to the general public.
A lot of engines perform on race day at the Indianapolis 500. And no matter what machine they're powering, they're expected to put it all on the line all day long. And when it's a Briggs & Stratton engine, well into the night, make sure your power equipment is powered by Briggs & Stratton.
Did you ever feel like some of the older guys picked on you a little bit?
Well, they got to. They have to pick on you. If they don't pick on you, then you're not going to earn your stripes.
Catch Jeff Gordon on Spotlight with Phyllis George, Tuesday on TNN.
Turn on to CMT every weekend in May, and turn on to CMT Showcase featuring Colin Ray. During his career, Colin has heated up the CMT charts. Now he's bringing that same energy to CMT Showcase as he talks about the importance of music.
To help you understand or just cope with life and living in this world. And that's what music has meant to me.
Turn on to CMT Showcase featuring Colin Ray every weekend in May.
You know what I hate? Pain. That's why I love Aspercream. And now I love Aspercream even more. You know why? It's got aloe to soothe my skin. When I get minor muscle aches, I just rub an Aspercream right where it hurts. I get fast relief and it lasts for hours. Lucky for me, Aspercream is odor-free. You think I want to smell like a medicine chest? Hey, next time you have pain, try Aspercream with aloe. Why live with pain? You're going to love it. Aspercream does not contain aspirin. Here we are back now with a hometown company that's made good in a big way, the Eli Lilly Company here in Indianapolis, Indiana, with a presence in 150 countries around the world. Eli Lilly and Company pleased to present this international spectacle, delivering healing and hope to a world of friends. The appeal of this parade unit, truly global, more than 2 blocks along the parade route, features celebrations representing several areas in the world. Right now, music, bright colors, international performers fill the streets here in Indianapolis in a panorama of international harmony.
And participating in this part of the parade are 10 employees from Eli Lilly from Malaysia, Japan, Denmark, Austria, Brazil, Italy, and the U.S. And international colors are displayed by 100 additional Lilly employees carrying kits of all shapes and sizes. It is truly a global pharmaceutical giant.
Sure is. Wow. Holly Mull is accompanying the Olympic flags today. She's the director of special events for the city of Atlanta, which is proud to take its place among the world great Olympic cities this year. The excitement of African drums fill the air now as the sights and sounds of Africa are featured. Whirling dances and elaborate costumes accompany Prince Julius and the drums of West Africa, representing the culture of Nigeria's Yoruba tribe. A little bit of the world here at our parade today.
Yes, it is.
Thanks
and
to
it
Eli
sounds
Lilly.
Wonderful. It's a real celebration of music and color and costume and international relations. And representing Europe are a variety of authentic performers, including the Red Sparks. They're a world-renowned whimsical drill team from our sister city, Cologne, Germany.
Oh, is that right? Cologne,
Yes.
Germany, huh?
And also a part of this unit are dancers from the Indianapolis German-American Club with their authentic costumes and dances and music as well.
You know, when you see the whole world parade before your eyes, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
We're just in our armchairs watching.
Everybody's got their own music, their own dress, their own customs. It's really a spectacular sight.
The Red Sparks from Germany.
Guys look like right out of the Revolutionary War, but I guess they're from Germany, if you say so, Diane.
Yes, I do.
Okay, you know best.
And the German-American dancers right here with their authentic costumes. I guess there's not going to be a waltz. It might be a polka down the road a little bit.
Well, right now it's a walk down the road. We need dancing here.
We have 2 miles to go. And we'll be right back with more of the 40th Annual 500 Festival Parade, sponsored by Delco Electronics, in just a moment. Stay with us.
The electronic control for ABS waits all its working life for moments like this. Anti-lock brake control, another little black box from Delco Electronics.
A lot of engines perform on race day at the Indianapolis 500. And no matter what machine they're powering, they're expected to put it all on the line all day long. And when it's a Briggs & Stratton engine, well into the night, make sure your power equipment is powered by Briggs & Stratton.
Big jobs need big muscle, we thought. So we built an engine with the power of 10 cylinders. A V6 should have V8 power, we thought. So we designed a multi-valve V6. A car should be as quick as it looks, we thought. So we built an engine that pounds out 450 horsepower. In fact, we spent so much time thinking about engines, you can almost hear the wheels turning. The new Dodge.
Respect is something that is earned in life, not given. How do you earn respect? First, treat all people with dignity and care. Learn to appreciate your family and traditions. Value other people's opinions and give your best to everything you do, at home, school, and work. Respect people's opinions and beliefs. If you respect yourself and each other, you can make a big difference in our world.
And we're back at the parade now, the 500 Festival Delco Parade. So with the Eli Lilly presentation, this is really quite a spectacle they're presenting. And now we're up to the American dancing and band, right?
This is the Furco String Band from Philadelphia. They've created such a splash. They're just glorious with all their creativity, their color, their costuming.
Those costumes
their music and revelry.
Costumes weigh 45 pounds. Can you believe it? Glad it's not a very hot day here, but I love the sound that they make. Great addition to the parade this year.
They make the feet tap and the hands clap.
And how? Now we're moving into South America.
And the rhythms of South America come to Indianapolis. It is hot, hot, hot on the streets of the city as the Chicago Bacchanal Carnival Club, directed by Ronaldo Ferdinand, and the sizzle of carnival comes down our streets. And what you're looking at are some carnival kites, plenty of them, as they play in the wind here.
Carnival is so exciting down there, isn't it?
Yes.
Even in the islands, every island has their own carnival going on when you go into the Caribbean in the winter. A lot of fun. Costumes are very spectacular, too.
They are spectacular. They are so imaginative. You're right, it is an armchair view all around the world.
Yeah, World Pass is right in front of you here.
Sights and sounds.
Next, we're going to move on to the beauty and the grace of the Asian continent. Japanese dancers appearing in cooperation with the Japanese American Society of Indianapolis, representing the Minyo Club. And they, too, in black and white.
And rounding out the international tribute today are members of the Indianapolis Children's Choir. They are singing Nothing But Peace Is Enough. And there are a flight of homing pigeons from the Racing Pigeon Club, reminding us that doves of peace soar into the sky. Eli Lilly reminding us just how small a planet we all live on and how important international friendship is to all of us. Representing to all the parts of the world affected by Eli Lilly and its pharmaceutical industry.
We thank them very much for really a wonderful addition to the parade this year. We'll continue with more from Indianapolis in just a moment.
Today, we put more computing power in a car than we put in the Apollo spacecraft that went 238,000 miles to the moon. So now, your car may travel that far, but hopefully not in one trip.
Are we there yet?
The engine control module, another little black box from Delco Electronics.
Our world today was conceived in the minds of men and women and set into motion by human hands. From strength and force to delicate precision, nothing matches the sophistication and output of the hand, wrist, elbow, and shoulder. As pioneers in all conditions of the upper extremity, the Indiana Hand Center physicians have developed surgical and rehabilitation techniques and equipment used throughout the world. Our goal, to efficiently and cost-effectively return the patient to an active life. The Indiana Hand Center.
I need somebody help, not just anybody help. You know I need someone help.
There was a time when you didn't need help with telecommunications. But things aren't so simple now, which is why choosing GTE makes sense. Because you know you can always count on GTE for help.
Won't you please help me, help me, help me.
GTE, amazing.
The 1997 Indy 200 at Walt Disney World. For auto racing fans, this is the ultimate fairy tale come true. The breathtaking spectacle of Indy racing just a short straightaway from Cinderella's castle in the Magic Kingdom. Stay at one of Disney's magical resort hotels with free transportation to and from the race. Imagine being in the heart of Disney's 8 theme and water parks where you can have it all. January 25th, 1997. The Indy 200 at Walt Disney World. For your ticket order form, call 1-800-822-INDY.
It's always a classic short track battle when the Busch Circuit rolls into South Boston, Virginia. And last year, early on, a duel between Doug Hemron and Chad Little went up in smoke. Then a top-notch pit crew put Little back together. And after some tough, narrow groove racing, a determined Chad Little came back to take the victory. Now the Busch boys are back for more. It's the NASCAR Busch Grand National Ford Credit 300. Saturday, June 8, 5 p.m., 4 Central on TNN Motorsports.
The Delco Electronics 500 Festival Parade is brought to you by GTE. It's amazing what we can do together. And by the Indiana Hand Center, a world leader in the diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation of conditions and injuries of the hand, wrist, elbow, and shoulder. For more information, call 1-800-888-HAND.
Vroom, there it goes. Hey, setting a friendly pace, zipping right this way. The official pace car of the 1996 Indianapolis 500, this exciting Dodge Viper. Riding along with the pace car is Bob Lutz, the president of Chrysler Corporation, along with Marty Levine, general manager of Dodge Car and Truck Division, and Ron Smith of the Dodge Advertising and Consumer Communications area. Dodge Viper, gorgeous. It's a beauty, isn't it?
It is a beauty. It truly is. V10 engine, 450 horsepower. Here they are. Each year, JCPenney provides the 5 fresh, fashionable 500. It's your day, ladies, and the crowd is cheering for you. They're pulled by Garfield. He's very busy.
Garfield working hard. All right, Thompson's Pasta Pet Plus Pet Food, one of the hottest new brands of pet food. This is next balloon. It's a jumbo giant. Fetch it. If you look closely at the tire truck, you'll see Indianapolis. Along for the ride.
And next are the USA Defenders of Greyhounds, a non-profit, all-volunteer group of people who really know about fast friends. They not only live with and love their retired racing greyhounds, but they donate their time and energy to find them homes around them. In 1988, this group has placed 2,000 dogs into homes in 18 states. The racing Tony Holman. Here's Tony George. He's the president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Tony Holman's grandson and namesake, Tony George and his family. Very busy, not only month, but year for him. Auto racing, auto sport racing. Josie George, another member of the family, and her family as well. A broken down racetrack on 16th Street into the premier auto racing facility in the whole world. And here's Nancy George, Nancy Holman George as well, riding in some vintage automobiles that represent the history of car manufacturing in Indiana. And Josie George is here as well, waving to the crowd. Keep the racing legacy alive in this city.
Well, they turned it into a premier event in America and in the world.
In the world's largest and most.
Here in Indianapolis around Memorial Day. She's been at St. Elmo's last night.
Back home again in Indiana.
Yeah, when he sings that, I guess the hair rises.
Tears up in your eyes.
Yeah, does a great job.
Not a Hoosier by birth.
Well,
crowd loves him. Loves them both. They're a real tradition here in this month of tradition. And from Kokomo, Indiana, here's the Kokomo High School Marching Wildcats Band. Kokomo, of course, home of Delco Electronics, international manufacturing giant. In the past 2 years, this 140-member unit has played in this festival parade, the VP Fair Parade in St. Louis, and at both Universal Studios and Disney World in Florida. Gary Wallen is the band director. They're treating us to music of the Beatles today.
Incredible how these high school bands get around to all over the country, you know?
I think
With all
they're very
these kids,
busy.
You imagine
Playing
the
and raising
transportation bill must be something, but it's worth it, isn't it?
Yes, it is. They're very talented. Principal Kennedy of Kokomo. How about straight A's for everybody in this band?
I would
Terrific
think so. At least straight A's.
Racing, you'll love this from the world-famous Indianapolis Children's Museum, a preview of the fun of vintage auto racing. Vintage cars.
Right here, 1961 Austin Healey, bug-eyed Sprite there. They got them all.
In fact, in October, there'll be the first ever vintage Grand Prix held here in Indianapolis, featuring 8 classes of vintage cars in competition. Another one to remember for race fans.
Speedway High School 500 band is next. 72-person marching band, as much a part of the 500 race as the race drivers themselves. Speedway High School band played in the first 500 festival parade, well, 80 years ago, and 40 years ago, and in every parade ever since. This high school is practically a neighbor of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway track, and they're entitled to some special treatment during the month of May. They play at the opening day ceremonies each year at the track and also march around the track during the pre-race festivities. Band uniforms even carry the official Indianapolis Motor Speedway emblems. From Speedway, Indiana, the Speedway High School 500 band. Here's the queen, the 1996 queen of the 500 festival, Jamie Danielle Norris. This year our queen is a student at UPPU. You know what that is? Indiana University, Purdue University, and Indianapolis.
Yes.
And she's also a resident of Columbus, Indiana.
Everybody's waving at the queen and waving their clappers.
Yes, and how?
The official clap. Here's Keith Ward, the chief steward of the race. And he will be a very busy man tomorrow. And look back on a field of 33 drivers. And this Dodge Viper carries a black and white floral wreath riding in front of the 33 qualified drivers. It's a tribute to Scott Brayton, who was killed in a fatal accident a week ago. He was practicing in his backup car. And our thoughts and sympathies very much with the Brayton family.
Now here come the drivers. Let's take a commercial break and get back and pick up all these drivers in just a moment.
This tells drivers to start. This tells drivers to be cautious. This tells them they're being passed. This tells them to pull into the pits. This tells them to stop. This tells them it's the final lap. This tells the driver, the crew, and the engine almost everything else. So they can see this. Sensors, engine control modules, and telemetry by Delco Electronics, also providing technology to the general public.
Bryant dealer to the rescue and get Bryant's quiet 2-speed plus air conditioner. Its lower speed can lower cooling bills up to 60%. Call Bryant to the rescue. 1-800-HOT-SAVE.
Most days, this is where you'll find Dodge engineers. turning ideas into trucks that break rules, minivans that set standards, and cars that change everything. But while working in here makes them great engineers, it's playing out here that makes them Dodge engineers. The new Dodge.
A lot of engines perform on race day at the Indianapolis 500. And no matter what machine they're powering, they're expected to put it all on the line all day long. And when it's a Briggs & Stratton engine, well into the night, make sure your power equipment is powered by Briggs & Stratton.
Here's the finale of the big parade here with these brave young men and women who will be participating in the 500 race tomorrow.
And they have the whole crowd on their feet as these 33 drivers will be taking the race cars around the track tomorrow, 500 miles, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He's running at the Indianapolis 500, and they are the true heroes today.
It's a great way to end the parade, isn't it? Absolutely. Well, I've enjoyed it, Diane. Thank you very, very much.
Well.
We loved it. Hope you had a wonderful time watching this parade. See you again sometime.
Have
everybody.
a good day, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye from Indianapolis.
The New England Dodge Dealers Grand Prix, Monday on TNN. You're watching TNN, the Nashville Network, your #1 source for country music, entertainment, and information.